I am starting a brand new island in Animal Crossing New Horizons with one goal in mind, and that is ducks. That's it. That's my only goal for this island is eventually I want all of my villagers to be ducks. So this will take a little while, but that's kind of the point of this game, right? So I would like to welcome you to week 1 of Ducktopia. After spending a few minutes customizing my character, it was time to choose the island layout. I was kind of debating restarting and getting new maps, but I actually ended up really liking this one. I like where the airport and the resident services are, and those are two things you can't really change, so it's kind of important to find good ones. I also like where the rivers are. I think it breaks up the island nicely. I will say this little intro here did make me super excited to play, but I was also pretty nervous to see what the island was actually going to look like and to see who our first 2 villagers were going to be. As we were flying over, I saw that we had peaches, which I guess is good. I wasn't too worried about that. I care more about the layout than the fruit or the airport color. But I saw the airport was blue, which I do like. And the 2 starting villagers we have are Renee and Pierce. Obviously, they're not ducks, so they won't be permanent residents of the island, but I definitely don't hate them. Could have worse starting villagers. I got my tent from Tommy and went to go find a place to put it. I know that I'm going to move everything around anyways, so I just put it on this little corner by the beach so that it's not too much in the way for now. Then I went to go help Renee put her tent somewhere. I just stuck her on the beach over here so that, again, she's not too much in the way. And same thing with Pierce. Set his tent up right next to Renee so they can be neighbors. After I set up the tents, I went back to Tom Nook and he was like, "Hey, Tinqua, I have a job for you." So he immediately put me to work. I gathered everything we needed for the campfire. And then after we got the fire started, it was time to name the island. My suggestion was Ducktopia. And Tom Nook was like, "Yeah, these are all great ideas. So let's vote." Obviously, Ducktopia was a winner because, it was the best suggestion. So the island is officially named Ducktopia. Gathered around, hung out by the campfire for a little bit, and then it was time to go to sleep. So I set up my tent and went to sleep for the first night. All too soon, I was rudely woken by Tom Nook. He was like, "Hey, hope I'm not waking you, but I really need to talk to you." So I went out to see what he wanted, and he gave me my Nook phone and explained how to use it and everything. And then, of course, gave me my itemized bill, which came to 49,800 bells. And he was like, "Oh, I see you don't have any money, so I'm just going to charge you 5,000 miles for it." So I was like, "Okay, sure." So claimed my first miles. Then it was time to start doing everything I needed to do. So I started collecting some shells, found Renee, went to go talk to her. She was like, "Hey, thanks for the help with the tent. You better start cleaning up the island. There's a lot of weeds everywhere, so here's something you can make with the weeds." So I was like, "Okay, cool." Went to go talk to Pierce, and he was like, "Hey, thanks for helping me with the tent." And he gave me this cute little baseball cap. After talking to them, I went to go talk to Tom Nook. He taught me how to make DIY recipes, showed me how to make a fishing rod. So it was time to go fishing. As I was running around, I found a little snowball, started kicking it, found the second one, and made my very first snowboy. I thought it looked pretty good, but he informed me that he was, in fact, not perfect, but he was going to give me a recipe anyways. After that, I ran around collecting some peaches so that I can sell those for bells. After that, I went back to Tom Nook to give him the fish that I found. He was like, "Oh, this is great. I have a friend who runs a museum, and he would love to see these things, so can I send them to him?" So I gave him some more fish, and his museum friend Blathers called and was like, "Hey, Ducktopia seems to be really cool with these fish, so I want to come and study there." And Tom Nook was like, "That's a fantastic idea. Here, Tinqua, here's another tent for you to go set up." So I just put it next to a resident services tent. And Tom Nook was like, "That's great. I'll let Blathers know that he can move in whenever he wants." So I was like, "Okay, cool. Back to collecting, I guess." So I made a net and went to go start catching stuff, kept collecting my miles as I went, shook a couple trees to get some more branches, found some money. This tree had a wasp nest in it, and luckily I was able to catch them before I got stung. Just went around collecting things for a little while. Went back to Timmy to sell the shells that I found. Eventually my inventory got full, so I set out all of the insects and fish that I caught so I could save them for Blathers, and just went around collecting some more stuff. Started pulling weeds so I can sell those too, and yeah, just did a lot more collecting. got some fish, got some bugs, got some weeds, got some miles. I planted the hyacinths that Tom Nook gave me, which I was pretty excited about. Hyacinths are my favorite flower, not just in the game, like in real life too. So I know that means they're not the native flower on Ducktopia, but there's definitely going to be a lot of hyacinths around eventually. Then I figured that was pretty good progress, so I went ahead and ended day 1. So on day 2, Tom Nook made the announcement that Blathers was here with his tent and we should go talk to him, say hi, welcome him to Ducktopia. So I grabbed my bugs and my fish that I was saving, went over to Blathers' tent, and he was like, I'm so glad to be here. If we get enough donations, I could probably open an actual museum. So I was like, okay, cool. I have a bunch of stuff for you right here. So I gave him everything that I had, and after that, he was like, we just need 9 more donations. He also told me that there are probably fossils on the other side of the river. So he was like, here's some recipes, go check it out, bring me back whatever you find. So I went back to the resident services tent, crafted a couple tools, started gathering some more materials, found some snowballs, made another snow boy. And this one was perfect this time. So after making the snowboy and collecting some more wood, I finally had enough miles to pay off my very first loan. So I went back to Tom Nook, gave him my 5,000 miles, and he was like, this is super exciting. We could probably expand again. So I took out a loan. He's going to expand my house overnight. Super excited. Made a couple more crafting recipes, then started redeeming my Nook miles. Very first thing I got was a tool ring. It's essential because it really is essential. Like being able to just pull your tools out like that is so helpful. So that was the very first thing I redeemed. Then I just went to go start collecting some more stuff. Ran into Gulliver for the first time, woke him up, helped him find the communicator parts, did a bunch more fishing, found a couple new ones for Blathers. I started depositing my bells into my bank account so that I'd be a little bit more prepared for when I was going to have to repay the loan. Made it over to the other side of the river, started exploring over there a little bit, found a fossil, got some more fish, just kept collecting stuff, getting some weeds here and there, getting some peaches. And yeah, I just spent a lot of time this day finding stuff to give to Blathers, selling things I didn't need, collecting all sorts of stuff. I did unlock the pretty good tools recipes so I could upgrade my tools, make them last a little bit longer. So I made some better tools and then just went out and kept collecting stuff. Throughout the day, I did manage to get everything we needed for the museum to open. So I donated everything to Blathers, and he was like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting this to happen so soon. This is my first day on the island, and now I have to get ready to open the museum. There's just so much to do. But he was pretty impressed that I was able to do it all in one day. So I went and sold anything else I had, put it in my bank account, and called it good for the day. On Wednesday, we had our happy little announcement from Tom Nook that the museum was getting built, so I wasn't going to be able to donate anything to Blathers. But my house was built, which was very exciting, so I was out of the tent and just moved everything around a little bit and then got right to work collecting things, fishing, catching some bugs. Went to talk to Tom Nook and he was like, congratulations, now you have a house, you owe me some money, but it's okay, you can pay it off whenever. And then he told me that we needed to build an actual store for the island. So I went and started collecting everything that I could. Needed a lot of wood and iron. It wasn't just a simple tent this time. So I went around collecting stuff, making sure to get my Nook miles, putting aside my bugs and fish so I could give them to Blathers the next day. Made another perfect little snow boy. Made sure to talk to Renee and Pierce. And yeah, again, today was just a lot of collecting, a lot of trying to save up some resources. And yeah, that was pretty much it. On Thursday, the museum officially opened up. We had a lovely little ceremony with everyone on the island. I went and gave Blathers everything I collected from the day before, and then just walked around the fish area a little bit. I love walking through the museum, even if there's nothing in it. It's just so relaxing. It's definitely one of my favorite parts about this game. I'm super excited to see everything as it fills up. And then after that, just went back to collecting. I saw that Renee and Pierce both had their own little houses now, so I went to go say hi to them. I started giving Timmy the supplies that we needed to open up the shop. I used some miles to expand my inventory space, just went on collecting some more stuff, made another snow boy, another perfect one. I realized that I was super close to getting all the iron that I needed for the shop, so I decided to use the Nook Smiles ticket that Tom Nook gave me to go explore another island, get some resources over there. So I went to the airport, and yeah, this island wasn't anything too special. Did meet Benedict over there, but I was able to get some more peaches, some more fish, and more importantly, all the iron that I needed for the shop. And I was also able to get enough bells to completely pay off my loan balance. Talked to Tom Nook about that, and he convinced me once again to upgrade my house. I built a mirror and changed my hairstyle, and that was pretty much it for Thursday. I was honestly kind of shocked at the amount of progress that I made so far this week, but I was very happy with how Ducktopia was coming along. Friday was a pretty exciting day. My house was upgraded again. Pierce was nice enough to teach me about reactions. We had a ceremony for the opening of Nook's Cranny, so now we have a real shop in town. Tom Nook was like, hey, Tinqua, since you're so good at deciding where things go on the island, we need 3 more houses for new people to move to the island, and we also should probably build a bridge so we have more space for more houses. So I was like, okay, so built a bridge just across over here, and then I just stuck all 3 houses over to the side, hopefully somewhat out of the way. I still haven't fully figured out how I'm going to set everything up, so I just wanted them where I could easily move them. Did a little bit of collecting resources and everything, but that's pretty much it for the day. On Saturday, Ducktopia received our very first visit from Red. So I went around collecting some fish, bugs, shells, all that good stuff, and sold some at Nook's Cranny. So I would have some extra bells to purchase something from Red. I got the famous painting. It looked like the real one to me. I don't know. I guess Blathers is going to have to be the judge of that. Then after that, I pretty much just spent a lot of time collecting materials that I was going to need for the recipes for the 3 houses. I made everything that I could. Still had a few more things. So overall, not a super exciting day, but definitely productive. On Sunday, we had 2 very special visitors to the island, and I couldn't believe that Ducktopia was already a week old. I got my painting from Red and gave it to Blathers. He confirmed it was authentic, so Red wasn't able to scam me this time. And then I just started collecting some stuff, sold it so that I would have some money. My pockets were full from all of the items, so I kind of just dropped them right in front of my house. Like, nobody's gonna steal them, it's fine. Then I went to go visit Mabel, who was kind enough to come to the island to, sell us some stuff. I bought a couple things, mostly because I feel like my character always needs to have glasses whenever possible, and it was just kind of weird running around in a t-shirt when it was clearly a snowstorm. Then after that, I went to go find Daisy May and bought some turnips, and then it was just back to the grind, collecting, selling, getting my Nook Smiles, crafting, fishing, all that good stuff. Eventually, I finished my final crafting recipe that I needed for the houses, so I went and collected all of those furniture items, put them where they needed to go. Went to go tell Tom Nook the good news, and he was like, congratulations, you're such a hard worker. We'll get started on construction right away so we can welcome our new island residents. I unlocked a couple of fence recipes with my Nook Miles, put all my extra bells in the bank. This first week on the island has obviously been a lot of grinding, finding materials, trying to sell whatever possible to make bells. But I feel like we made pretty good progress. We have the museum, we have Nook's Cranny, we have the plots all ready for our next 3 villagers, upgraded my house twice. So overall, not a bad week to start things off, but we do have a long ways to go. And next week, we'll see who the next 3 villagers are. Hopefully we get a duck. That would be great. But we'll just have to see how things go. Thank you so much for watching this very first episode. Stay tuned for more. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you all very soon.